Welcome to our part of the presentation, the SDN OGM team, and we want to show you SDNX. This is the successor of SDN and OGM. You hear it in a bit why this is. It's not a feature that comes with Neo4j 4.1, but it was released after 4.0 came out, so it's pretty new. It was just released 1.5 months ago. So SDNX, as I said, the successor of SDN and OGM, was done because we did not have any possibility to bring in the new features like reactive support or database selection into OGM. So the one option would be a rewrite of OGM, but keeps the backward compatibility. That was out of scope for us. So we created this new library for you to play around with, to show the customers. So our key focus is the support of reactive programming, but also keep the imperative support as well. And of the objects. So all this mapping is supported by the Spring Data Commons library. That means that we could bring a bunch of work that we have done manually in OGM to the Spring Data core library and rely for the mapping on their code. One other feature of SDNX is that we now introduced new abstraction levels that you can work with. SDNX as a default works with a bold transport mode only. That means for us, the benefit is that we can just put a thin abstraction layer on top of the Java driver and work with this so-called Neo4j client to give you some abilities like map your POJOs in Java world with the custom mapping functions, etc. So you can hydrate your objects manually, but with a little bit API support. On the next level, abstraction level, we have the Neo4j templates. The Neo4j templates oriented themselves on annotated classes. We call them entities. So as you used to work with OGM, you annotate your domain objects also with SDNX, and Neo4j template knows about this. From all this metadata you provide, we can create this mapping functions for you. So you can just do basic quad operations with a Neo4j template or one custom Cypher already. But if you really want to go full abstraction, use the Spring Data repositories that we also provide in Spring Data Neo4j RX, and leave all the work to us. One benefit to get started is that we also created auto starters that not only for SDNX, but they also exist for the pure Java driver. You can use them separated from SDNX as for a simple example, for a simple application you want to write only using the Java driver. The Java driver will get configured through the Spring Boot application properties, and then you have managed bean you can work with. That also works right now for the older driver and, for example, with an OGM application. Another thing we brought out during the development of SDNX is the Open Cypher DSL. So from our experience with Neo4j OGM, where a lot of string concatenation was involved, we decided to go full in and create an own DSL for us to create our Cypher statements. This got a little bit out of control, and we created maybe a 80 to 90% Open Cypher complete DSL that you can use separated from SDNX. So if you go to maven.org and look for the Neo4j Open Cypher DSL, you find it in the org Neo4j namespace. So there's no real relationship to SDNX right now. You can use it in Java world to create your own Cypher statements. You do not have anywhere the need to concatenate strings anymore. And the interesting thing for this example on the lower left, you can see, is that you can reuse parts of this. So when we look there, we recreate some kind of node object that we want to do a match on in the second line and just have the return statement. You can reuse, for example, the Cypher match of the node in other queries that you want to create. And the really interesting thing is that it's now getting started to get adopted by other projects like our GraphQL plugin. So if you do not want to check out SDNLX or the Spring Boot starters, give OpenCypher DSL a try at least, because it will help you definitely to write more nice Cypher in a fluent API way. Thanks a lot.